Welcome to episode 6 of the APDA Videocast Series. Today our focus is on incorporating weight pulling into a training program to aid in addressing behavioral issues. Before introducing pulling into your program, however, be sure your dog is physically sound and able to drag a light weight safely, and always use an appropriate weight pull or freight harness. We recommend asking a dog to pull a light weight, say 1/4 to 1/3 their body weight, for about 20 minutes at least 3 times per week. Pulling regularly helps to drain excess energy while giving the dog a simple, easily achievable task on which to focus. In turn, this allows them to focus more clearly during training sessions and builds confidence and trust between dog and owner. As a trainer, you've seen them. As an owner, you may live with one every day, the high-energy dog. It seems as though these dogs are constantly on the move. They can't walk anywhere. They have to run. Give them room to run, and they'll run until they drop. If they don't have room to run, their energy can manifest in a variety of other ways. The high-energy dog loves to learn new things. At the same time, they can be unfocused and easily distracted, which can pose a real training challenge. Resistance dragging, not only throughout the week, but immediately before a training session, will not only help them drain their excess energy, it will also help them to focus during the subsequent training session. Billy was 10 months old when he joined Karen's family. Upon his arrival, he tore through the house like a maniac, flying through the air, jumping over furniture, and knocking over lamps. In addition, he was afraid of everything. As Karen put it, he was terrified and terrorizing all at the same time. She knew that she needed professional help to address his issues. Her trainer recommended weight pulling as part of their overall training program. Although skeptical at first, she decided to give it a try, and the calming effect it had on Billy was, in her words, amazing. Billy now has his own harness and happily helps with chores around home. He loves being busy. He loves having a job to do. Karen tells us it was amazing how quickly Billy's behavioral problems, fear and shyness, improved by adding weight pulling to his activities. You could actually see the change in a fairly short period of time. I wish we had a before and after video. He is a normal, happy dog now. There are many different situations that may trigger reactivity in a dog. Owners and trainers need to work closely together to identify just what those triggers are and how to manage them effectively. Unchecked, the reactive dog can exhibit a variety of undesirable behaviors. This dog unexpectedly latched onto her owner's treat pouch, not for the food, but rather in an attempt to take control of her current environment. Once she started dragging a light weight, she quickly calmed and began to focus on the task at hand as her stress level decreased. Reactivity can become a cycle. The excitement and stress that is triggered by the reactive situation builds upon itself, creating even more excitement and stress for the dog. Resistance dragging will help break that cycle by draining excess energy and, over time, help reduce the buildup of stress for the reactive dog.
When Dory was about 2 years old, she started showing signs of reaction. Whether it be a bike or a kid running, she would try to control the situation. She would go after it and nip at it. So I started obedience training with Lisa, and she also recommended to me at the time that I start weight pull with Dory as a way to, drain excess energy. We found that it did more than just drain excess energy for her. It actually built her confidence quite a bit, and I started to see those reactive tendencies to go away. Instead of, trying to take charge of the situation on her own, she learned that I was her leader, and she would begin to look to me for guidance. So instead of going after something, she would avoid it, she would turn away from it, and she would look to me to tell her what to do. Weightpull has been a huge, huge help for Dory. It's built her confidence level, and now she's a lot calmer, as you can see, a lot happier, not worried. Even though there's lots of stuff going on, she's not worried about it. She's with me, so she knows that everything's fine.
Dogs are complex beings and often have multiple issues. So what happens if you have a reactive, high-energy dog?
I got her when she was 6 months old, and I wasn't immediately aware of the behavior issues that she had. We soon found out when we got home that she was extremely high energy. Some food aggression issues, resource guarding issues. I called Lisa to start obedience training, and that was going great, and we were making tons of progress with that. She also told me about weight pulling, and I first thought, well, it sounded great, it sounded like fun, but I didn't think I needed it. I thought with the obedience training, you know, we would be golden, but as soon as we hooked her up and we piled weight on the sled and took her for a walk, and it totally drained her energy, just awesome. And I was a complete believer after that, and so now we do regularly, and it's totally helped her to even out, calm down, and so she's almost a completely different dog than she was when I first got her. Before I dragged her, she just can't think, she can't focus. She's, you know, every which way she can't focus. And then take her and drag her and come back, and she's totally mellow, and she can focus and think, and she's not as worried about everything else around her. And I think combining obedience training and weight pulling, and it does wonders for a dog.
So what about the dog with no behavioral problems? The dog that gets along well with people and other animals, that walks nicely on a leash, pays attention during training sessions, and is just an easygoing member of the family? Well, the answer is that any physically healthy dog can benefit from resistance dragging. Dragging a light weight during a 20-minute walk 3 times per week will help maintain or improve their physical conditioning and build or strengthen a bond and a trust between owner and dog. Incorporating weight pulling into a training program often starts at the trainer's facility. These owners have arrived early for their dog's obedience class so they can borrow the trainer's harnesses and drag sleds. They have their dogs drag light weights for 10 minutes or so before class and have all found their dogs much more focused and attentive during class as a result. Bear in mind, this is not a requirement from the trainer, just a suggestion that her students have tried and embraced because it works. Of course, weight pulling is not a magic bullet. No single method or technique can transform any dog into the perfect dog. While we have seen firsthand some of the tremendous benefits achieved by utilizing resistance dragging, it is still just one of many tools to draw on in order to best serve the needs of dogs and their owners. For more information on resistance dragging, please watch episode 3 of our series, Beginning Weight Pulling for Conditioning. Thanks for watching, and happy pulling!